Oh my gosh. Hello. Oh, I'm going to be very honest, I had actually forgotten that I was going to go live. And it's really funny because it was just a normal day, a normal Friday. And I remember this morning when I woke up, oh, you have a live that you're going to be doing later on in the afternoon. Don't forget about that. And so after lunch, I'm doing some reading and trying to find some music. And then after, I was like, okay, I'm going to turn off my laptop and then I'm going to, go on about my day. I get upstairs and I grab my phone and it has a notification. And it just says, you're going live. I'm like, oh my God, I totally forgot. So it's a good thing that I put the notification on my calendar so that it popped out because it was very helpful. But hey, it was great. I enjoyed it. So it was a great reminder, and I really needed that. But yes, here I am, and we are going live. We're talking about K pop and K drama. So it's different from my other previous lives. Usually, my other lives, I talk about something a little bit like mental health and stuff. But for today, I wanted to do something different and something fun because if you don't know, I'm a huge K pop and K drama fan. I was such a huge fan, like a huge fan. So, let's begin with K-pop first. Okay, so I got into K-pop from a very young age. I was just about to start high school when I got really into K-pop. I was started listening to Bang Bang and 2 p.m. Shiny. I'm trying to remember other groups. There was like a whole bunch of other lists, but K-pop became like a really big, popular thing for me. I mean, back then, of course, K-pop has always been popular, but for me, it became a thing where I started to add that into my life. I remember I got into one of the songs. I was like, "Oh, this is really epic. I really like this. This is like a good song. It makes me want to dance to it." And then, like afterwards, I'm like, "Oh wow, I can't stop myself from listening all these music. It's amazing. It's different." And so I really got into it and became a fan too. Oh my god, there's so many bands out there. So, speaking of K-pop, we're on the topic. My classes are not cooperating. They're like, I don't know what's going on. They have their own mind today. Okay. Anyhow, going back to the topic of K-pop. So, last year, yeah, I'm going back to last year, 2025. Around I want to say summer, June to maybe August to fall. I can't even try to remember. If you remember, please comment down. But yes, um, around that time, I K-pop were doing a lot of comebacks. Like a bunch of albums came out, like back to back, back to back. And it was a lot to handle. I was like, oh my god, like all these bands, all these solo artists are just feeding all the fans nonstop. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down, slow down. I haven't even listened to the other song. I'm there. Someone else is already uploading or releasing a new album. So wait, 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 wait. I'm not ready. So I remember I listened to let's see last year I got into in hyphen in hyphen fans. I got into the band in hyphen and oh my god, I listened to the song called No Doubt and I never went back. I haven't gone back since then. And I'm really proud that get I didn't step out of that circle because I actually really like their songs. And they have a new one that came out this year too. It's like wow, so many bands are on a roll. In the last couple of years, I'm not talking about last year, but excluding 2025, but the last couple of years, it has been a lot of comebacks or new albums being released. I feel like I have to burp. Never mind. Yeah, so the last couple of years, K-pop, there wasn't a lot of, I want to say, good albums that came out. I mean, there was a lot, but it wasn't a constant and consistent stream. It wasn't something they did. So I noticed that a lot of bands they started doing solos. Like, oh, each member would go off and create their own solo album, I know EXO did that. Mamamoo also did that. Blackpink, and then over the years too, quite a few bands had also taken some time, taken off activities, and some of them even disbanded. Some of them are just not active anymore for whatever so reason. But I remember the last couple of years, like, we really need K-pop to come back. We really need these songs because we are waiting and nothing's happening. And so I feel like last year there's like all the agencies, the managers, like, okay, we're gonna give the fans exactly what they want. Let's go and just give, feed, feed, feed. I remember that spoon just being overfilled, and I'm like, I can't take anymore. I can't eat anymore. I'm full. But am I complaining? No. I really, really love the fact that so many bands all of last year and the beginning of 2026 this year, they're just going nonstop with all the music that is coming through. And it makes me so happy because one, this year, actually the beginning of just December of 2025 leading onto this year, you know, a few new groups have debuted. There's Cortez. Well, actually, they debuted, I think, in August. There's Cortez, and then there's Longshot. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to be honest. I'm not exactly a huge fan of Cortez. I listen to their songs. I don't remember how many I listened to. Four, I think. I actually have no idea. I can't remember. Yeah. Well, I I think they're okay. I sense that they have a lot of potential. They're very creative with their writing and their music videos. It looks like they add and direct and do the choreography and all of that on their own. Is it choreography? I think they just do directing and editing on their own, but I think that's really cool. There's not a lot of K-pop bands that I know out there that actually do direct and ed and trim their own videos and whatnot. There's not a lot that I actually know, but Cortez they do that, which I gotta give them props because they're actually pretty good at it. And so that's great. But however, I don't really resonate with any of their songs. I'm not saying their songs are bad or they're not good. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm implying is that I just don't vibe with their music. But I do there is two songs that they released that I actually really do enjoy, like genuinely enjoy, which is Fashion and Joyride. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Those two. Now for Long Shot, I actually really, really like this band. So okay, despite what people are saying, like yes, I know that there's some things there's escalating about one of the members and about who is one of his inspiring idols that he really looks up to. And I'm not gonna say him, I'm not gonna defend him, but I'm gonna say that yes, he is a teenager and that the group are teenagers. Of course, when you're a teenager, you're dumb, you make mistakes, you say things you're not supposed to say, and you are at that age where you want to explore your youth. You want to find your identity, find your place in life. And so, yes, I do know there are things that he's doing that he has said that has impacted the fans. And it's like, that's not okay. I myself am going to admit that I'm not proud of that either. However, I'm not against him because I know eventually he may just grow out of it and learn from his mistake. So I can understand that people make mistakes all the time, especially when you're a teenager and you're that young. Your brain's not fully developed and you're at that age where all you want to do is have fun and explore and live out your life and be youthful. And so that is something that I know that long shot that's something that they really live for, and so I respect that. And yes, there's some things that maybe might not be okay, like how talk about who their idols are, the people that they look up to. Yes, I understand, but that doesn't make them bad people. So I'm hoping that he'll turn around and find someone better. But anyhow, I really, really like Longshot because this band. Well, first off, let me go back to the beginning. First off, Jay Park is amazing. Yes, I this man literally has been in this industry for a very long time, and he has turned his life around. He's become such a humble human being. And if you're a fan of Jay Park, you would know that yes, in the past he has done things and he's not proud of it, but he's learned to apologize and accept and embrace his past mistakes, and he's overcome all of that. He basically changed his life. And I remember watching his interviews, like, wow, this man has really changed. He's different. He's humble. He's really down to earth, and he will talk smack about the dark side of the K-pop industry, which I'm really proud because somebody's got to talk about it. If not anyone else, then I guess it's him. But anyhow, when he mentioned that he was gonna build and create his own boy band, I was so excited because I was thinking, this is Jake Park we're talking about. This man knows everything. He put his blood, sweat, and tears and everything down to the table. He created this amazing boy band. And Long Shot, I'm going to tell you, when I first listened to their song, I was like, oh my god, it's so good. It's so catchy. And the one thing I love about Long Shot is they bring back those old 2000 K-pop vibes. Like the music videos, their songs, their outfits, their aesthetics, their visuals, everything. And honest truth is that K-pop is actually missing that. I remember, you know, going back to watch all those videos. Like, wow, I actually really miss those videos. I really miss those kind of songs. What happened to those kind of songs where they just the energy is different? So when I listened to the music, I was like, wow, like this is different. This is raw. This is authentic. Yes, I know some people think they're cringy because of their outfits and the way how they act, but hey, I don't know. I don't really have anything to say to that, but I mean, I guess there's a sense of style, but I'm not against it. But it's quite interesting because I'm wondering what other things they're gonna plan to do in the future. Yeah, what other things they're planning to do in the future. However, I do like the genre they are currently in. I hope they stick with that genre. And since we're on this topic of genre, so in the K-pop topic, I have noticed that there's some bands where they switch genres really fast. And I'm not saying this to give any, hate, or I'm not saying this because I dislike. I'm just saying this is my own thought and opinion. Some genres do not fit certain bands. Some of them they fit better in other areas of genres, depending, like, what's suitable for them, is what looks better. I guess that's the word to use. But the honest truth is that I personally really hope that Longshot sticks with this kind of genre of music because it's one, they have the vocals for it. It's perfect for their image. Obviously, it's perfect for their image, and not only that, it has that teenage boy vibe. It has the 2000 vibes, and I love that. It's cute, and it's cute, and it brings back like nostalgic memories, and not only that, it's saving the K-pop industry. And the one thing I love most about Longshot is that, especially on their live performances, if you watch FaceTime, they actually even brought girls to come dance with them on stage, backup dancers. And it makes me really happy that we actually get to see that, because how often do we see that now these days? Not often. And I'm really glad that they did that, because they're just like, we don't even care. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna break down that barrier. I remember in the past that K-pop, it used to be like that, where they're able to have that kind of interaction without any fandom being toxic or obsessive. But yeah, I'm calling y'all up. But now these days, over time, it became really toxic and obsessive, and I was like, okay, now we can't do that anymore. And I like that. I like the fact that Longshot, they're trying to break that barrier, and then Jake Parker's also trying, push that limitation. But like, hey, this is normal. We should normalize being having allowing boys and girls, K-pop idols to be on stage together for them to dance and interact and just have like a friendship relationship, a bond. There's nothing more to that. And I love that so much because one, the song FaceTime is actually really cute. So with the girls dancing with them, it kind of just meshes really well. And it's just like, oh, this is so completed. It's so cute. It gives off those energy, romantic vibes. I'm not shipping them. It's not what I'm doing. But like that, it just it puts the song in the mood. And so it's I think it's cute. Okay, moving on from Long Shot. This year, I don't know if you heard, they said that there's a rumor going around, and not just rumors, but actual rumors, and even idols have confirmed that this year the three top biggest bands are coming back. A huge comeback. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Okay, so it's Blackpink, Big Bang, and BTS. That makes me so excited. So, okay, I love Blackpink. I'm gonna say that again. I love Blackpink. When they first debuted, I was in high school. I was in what, 2017? Yeah. Girl, those songs are just fire. Fire. Obsessed. They're great. They are grand. I love them. I'm so excited to for their new comeback because I think if I remember they're releasing an album. I'm really, really, really excited because first of all, it's been a while since they released a novel, so we've been waiting. But they finally heard us. Yay. And then Big Bang. So G Dragon, I actually did not watch the interview. However, somebody did upload it and GD he mentioned I feel like I have to burp. Anyhow, GD mentioned about I I want to say mentioned me like kind of like a sneak peek, talking about it a little bit about oh they might have a comeback or something. So I'm not entirely sure that's true, but if it is, I'm ready. BTS, wow, wow, it's been a really long time since the boys have. I actually they're not even boys anymore. The men have come together and written songs together and made create another album. I can't remember when the last album came out because I know that all of them were serving military time and then they came back just last year and that they've been doing sneak peeks, showing sneak peeks and behind the scenes of their dance practice. What else? I know that they're gonna be doing a live concert. I think it's coming out on Netflix. But yeah, I'm actually really excited because one, I've been a long time army, so I'm really excited for that. It's pretty epic. Um, I'm pumped. Brings back memories just thinking about it. But yes, I'm really, really excited for this. I feel like last year and this year, there's going to be a ton of new albums, I want to say, that are going to be released. Um, I don't know about anyone else who's going to be releasing anything. I'm trying to think. I really don't know. Um, I think, yeah, I don't really know who else is going to be releasing any more music. Oh, I think Mamamoo. I think they're also doing an album, but yeah, they haven't been really active as a group because they've been doing a lot of solos, which I know for a fact they've been doing that. And Hyphen released one that was really good. Yeah, okay, let's start talking about Hyphen. Going back to that, going back to that. Their new album. Oh my god, it is fire. Okay, so the song Knife, Big Girls Don't Cry, No Way Back, Long Island, what was the other song called? I forgot what the other song's called, but wow. I love. I love. Okay, I just love. And I knew that they were not going to disappoint. So the one thing that I absolutely admire about In Hyphen is that they stuck with the same genre since they debuted, and that is something that I really admire because one, that genre fits them, and that's something that they're really good at, and I feel like it brings so much potential. It really shows a lot of different sides of them and sides. But I absolutely appreciate the fact that they stick with one genre and they don't jump around back and forth. So I really, 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 really like that a lot. Now, I remember in an interview, that's my hands. I remember in an interview, I think it was Nikki that said that he mentioned how the new album, the new comeback that they made, I think he said that was like one of his favorites. So I can understand why. I mean, it's really good. I think, but yeah, it was really good. One of my other favorite ones from In Hyphen was the Desire with or Without You. Oh my gosh, obsessed. I'm obsessed. You have no idea. Obsessed. Okay, moving on. Oh my gosh, the K-pop, it can be a very long, long, long conversation. But hey, we're gonna be moving on to K dramas. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say last year up until this year, there are so many K dramas, like a lot. Okay, so let's start off. I'm gonna go down the list whatever that I'm thinking of that comes on top of my head. Okay, so I don't actually have a physical list, whatever that's in my head. I'm just gonna kind of go down the list and talk about those dramas. So let's start off 2025. We're going back to last year. You ready? Stay with me and bear with me. Potato Lab. Okay, so if you have never seen Potato Lab, the male lead is the same guy from Extraordinary Attorney Woo. He was the male lead in there. The Green Flag, how everybody want to call him. He's a Green Flag. I loved him in Extraordinary Attorney Woo because I thought he did such a good job in that role. He was a huge Green Flag, like the whole freaking forest. That's what he was. Now in Potato Lab, it's really funny because I've only seen him in the Attorney Woo one, and then when the drama of Last Potato Lab released, I was really excited. I was like, oh my god, I love this guy. Like this guy is so good looking. He's gorgeous. He's handsome. He has a great smile. I love the sound of his voice. He's tall. What else? Like he's good at a lot of things. He can sing. He can dance. What else? So I watched Potato Lab, and I gotta say that the drama. Okay, the drama is very cute. I love the soundtrack. I love the storyline. However, however, I hated the character that they gave him in that show because he was such a jerk. I did not like it. They made him a jerk because he was like the character that he played, the character that he portrayed as was someone who was very indecisive, and he liked things to be a certain way. Like he was very OCD, and things had to be done his way, and he wasn't someone who was very adaptive to change. And so when he met a woman who happened to be one of his employees, like an office romance kind of going on, she was also the type of woman who followed and liked men who were kind of red flags. And so he wasn't necessarily like a major red flag run away kind of guy. He wasn't like that, but he was the type where it was kind of it made you feel conflicted about a lot of things. Like, oh, why would you do that? Like, why can't you just be transparent? Why do you got to be a jerk? Why do you need to do that? And so I I will admit, Potato Lab is a very cutesy drama. It's funny. There's so much comedy, like crazy amount of comedy. I love the drama. I love the storyline. I love the side characters, supporting roles. It's cute. You see a lot of character growth. However, it was really hard. The only thing that was really hard for me to watch was the fact that their relationship was kind of like a push and pull kind of game. So he his character was the kind of guy where he was, like I said, he was like a jerk. He was just kind of like, oh, you pull and then I'm gonna push back. And so I didn't really like that. Like it took them forever. Like yes, they had, I don't know why they do this, but they already had like an intimate scene where they already kissed. And that was before they even started dating. And like, okay. Okay, seriously. But the drama was okay. Would I watch it again? No, I wouldn't. All right. So my next drama I'm going to be talking about. So these are the drama. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know the dramas I'm talking about. Not all of them were released in 2025. Some of them are a little bit older. So I'm just going through the list that the ones that I watched and talk about them. Okay, but Potato Lot did come out last year in 2025. It's on Netflix. It's available on there. If you want to watch it, go ahead. And no, this is not sponsored by anything. Okay, so let us begin. Moving on to the next one. Okay, so the next one I'm going to be talking about is Undercover High School. So it's this one, this guy, I don't know the male lead. I don't and the female lead. I don't know them that well. I don't watch their drama that often. But the male lead guy, if I remember, there's a band called Five Surprising. I'm not entirely sure, but if you know it, drop down a comment and let me know. But any anyhow, this drama, he when I first watched it, I was like, oh, okay. So this guy, he's like I don't want to say he's a detective. He does some he the work that he does is similar to being like a, I guess you can say undercover detective. I guess that's like the best way to describe it. But he ends up going undercover to pretend to be a high school student to unravel the crimes of the high school because there happened to be some gold that was buried underneath, and the principal, the owner of that place, of the entire school, played a role in it. She was the villain, and her daughter went to that school. She was like this really rich CEO woman who was a huge villain, kind of like a woman who didn't care about anyone but herself. Wanted power, wanted all that money, the greed, all that. So he went undercover, and he ended up. There was a woman that who worked at the school. He had previously met her at a restaurant, and she recognized him at school. Like, oh, you're that guy from the restaurant. So I'm not gonna go into too deep details of what the drama is about, but I'm going to say the drama is really good. I like it. I think it's funny. It's hilarious. There is a good amount of comedy and action, which that makes me really happy. Now, here is what I'm really disappointed in. And I wish the director and the writer had added more of these scenes because they had such good chemistry. So, but they did not have enough romantic scenes together. It was either them running away or the two of them uncovering something, or she was lecturing him or he was lecturing her. There was never, they had a few scenes that was like romantic, but it wasn't enough. There was, I forgot how many episodes there were. I think there were 16, but throughout all the 16 episodes, maybe 4 or 5 episodes, I would say that there's only that many romantic scenes, which is disappointing because they had great chemistry and on screen, and I really liked the two of them together. And so, it was kind of a bummer to know that they didn't have a lot of those scenes. Even even the second lead couple, they had more romantic scenes than the actual main lead. So that part kind of really bothered me. I was like, wow, okay, whatever. So I do like that drama. It's good. The storyline is great. It's just a little disappointing because they didn't have enough screen time together. Okay, so another drama that I watch is The Missing Crown Prince. So this one, EXO Suho is in here. Oh my god, his an historic film. So this drama, okay, I'm gonna be really honest. I'm actually really picky on historical K drama. I don't know about y'all, but I know I am. This one actually really disappointed me. I'm gonna say this because there was barely any, there was very little screen time of the two main leads. Most of the focus was more on the queen who was having an affair and the palace people who were on her side and going against the king and the crown prince. And to be honest, I know that they're going by history. Like, I understand that. I respect that. However, if you're not going to focus on the romance, then what's the purpose that you even put it in there in the first place? Because when I first watched it, the first, I want to say 7 episodes, I was like, okay, are we done talking about the scandal that happened? Are we done talking about this? Because we already know the queen had an affair. We know she had an affair, and we know that some people, some that pretty much the entire palace is on her side. We know that she hates the king. We know that she's trying to get rid of the crown prince and prevent him from coming back into the palace, and trying to give the grand crown prince, the grand prince, power and make him become the next higher upper. We get that. Like, are we gonna move on to the next part? Are we moving on? Like, how about let's talk about the crown prince, him falling in love with the doctor's daughter? How let's talk about that? No, no. It was just like going in circle, and it was really irritating. It was really difficult for me to watch, even though okay, even though I am a huge fan of EXO, like Suho, and I'm going to be transparent, it was a difficult drama to watch. I liked it for the first 7 episodes, but after that, I'm like, okay, are we moving on? Because if it's just gonna repeating itself throughout the next how many episodes, there's it's pointless for me to watch. So I had skipped like all the other episodes and went straight towards the end. So when I went to the end, there was 2 episodes left, and I watched those two. They were still having those conversations. I was like, oh my god, it's been this long and they're still talking about the Queen's affair, the scandal. Like, are we ever gonna be done? So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the very last episode, like literally just skip everything and go to like the last 10 minutes of the last episode. And so I did that. It was a happy ending. But that drama really not one of my favorites. And I would say it's not the best drama that Suho has portrayed in. And I know it's not his fault because, you know, it's the director and the writer. They were the one who came up with the drama and whatnot. But it's not one of my favorites. Would I watch it again? No, I would not. I would kindly decline. I don't think I would be able to watch again. I just don't kind of have that patience to talk, to not just to talk, to watch something like that ever. I don't think I can for a little while. Okay, so the next K drama that I have in mind is Midnight Studio. It's called The Midnight Studio. So this is available on Viki. Most of these that I'm talking about are available on Viki or on Netflix. So Midnight Studio is actually a really good drama. It's really sad. It gives you that heartwarming feeling. It also makes you, you know, miss your past loved ones. And I actually really like this drama. So Midnight Studio is about this guy who takes photos for deceased people with their loved ones before they move on, you know, to kind of do one last job for them before they go. And so that's his job, to do that, and he ends up meeting this woman who I it's been a while. I can't remember, but she kind of has like this. I guess either she can see ghosts or have this force field. And no, it was a force field, I think, to like protect him from entities that wanted to harm him. And I have to admit that despite the fact that they didn't have a lot of romantic scenes, I did like this drama because one, it talked about a lot of hardships, what people go through after a loved one has passed, and what the other side, what they also go through before they leave and so depart. And um I really like it. It's a good drama. It's sad. Episode 2 was quite challenging for me to get through, so yeah, episode 2. Was it episode 2 or 3? I think it was episode 2, yeah, for sure. But yes, would I watch this drama again? Maybe. Maybe on like a rainy day or when it's really cold outside, I would probably watch it again. But Midnight Studio is actually not a bad drama. If you are someone who's into supernatural, fantasy, thriller, stuff like that, those kind of genres, the Midnight Studio, what was the other one? Oh, Sell Your Haunted House. That one's also really good. Hotel de Luna. I'm trying to remember what else. And The Haunted Palace. Those four are gonna be your top favorites to watch. Okay, moving on. The Haunted Palace. I love The Haunted Palace. You have no idea. I actually really like that show. It's really good. Also, a lot of my favorite actors are in there, so I'm like, Sanjay from Born to Beat, K-pop band. But yes, and of course, the guy who plays the deity, I'm a huge fan of him. But anyhow, that drama is also really good. It does get kind of freaky, so prepare yourself. I remember I was like, oh, that happened. So, but yeah, it's a good drama. Would I watch it again? Oh, I would in a heartbeat. I would. It's sad, but it's so good. Mm. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into details of that one because if you want to know, just go watch and find out yourself. Okay, moving on to the next one, Miss Night and Day. I absolutely love this drama. Okay, so this drama is actually it has a lot of meaning to me, and I'm gonna explain why. Okay, I'm gonna explain why. So around I want to say August of 2024, pretty much my family and I we all caught a sickness. We caught a sickness because my parents they went out of town and they came back and we're from the south, and so when you go to other places that are really really cold you can bring sickness back. Anyhow, they came back and we all got sick. Pretty much the entire household got sick, and so it was August too, summertime, worst time to get sick too. It's like, oh, okay, summer colds. So this around that time, Miss Night and Day has just started airing on Netflix, and I remember I was so sick, like I didn't even want to get up to do anything, and I had no energy to do nothing. I was like, I don't have any energy to do anything. I just want to sit here and be a potato on the couch. So what I did is, while I laid on the couch wearing my sweats and my hoodie and had my blanket and laying there sick, I turned on the TV and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna find a random drama and just watch. And I happened to stumble upon Miss Night and Day. Now, this drama made me laugh so hard, even when I was sick. Like, that was how healing it was. It was so healing. This drama was just so incredibly healing. And I remember when I watched it, I was like, I don't even have the energy to laugh. I don't even want to smile, but this drama is making me smile. It's putting a smile on my face. And a drama, it's really cute. It's really cute and it's funny and it's adorable and it's heartwarming. It's ridiculously funny. Oh, so funny. But I honestly would watch this drama again. I've seen it I think 3 times already. So I actually really like this drama because one, it's one of my favorites, and every time I watch it, it reminds me when I was sick and how it made me feel. It's the best feeling of all. I think we all have this kind of dramas. Do you? Anyhow, this drama, I like it. Let me rephrase that. I love it. But the only thing that does kind of get to me where I feel a little disappointed and frustrated. So there's a love triangle in that story, but the problem is that the male lead and the female lead don't actually get together until almost like towards the end. There's like what 4 or 5 episodes and they end up being together. It's like that's so long from now. It's so long from now. Like, why do we need to wait that long for them to be together? Like, are you serious? And they had one kiss scene. One. One. I was really upset. I'm like, are you serious? Why? Why? The chemistry is like over the top. I don't know why, but I don't even know why they did that. But however, I hope in the future they get to be paired again because oh my gosh, their chemistry is so good. And plus the height difference, he's super tall. He's six 6 feet, six something. So he's like here and she's like right here. Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Is this? Yeah, this is right. But it's so cute. And the only reason why I said that I get a little frustrated with that drama is because they don't. It takes for them to be together. It's kind of disappointing because the second male lead, he already confessed his feelings here straight on. Like he dived right in, and I'm thinking to myself, I would just choose the second male lead. If the first male lead doesn't even know what the heck he's doing, like, what's the purpose of him even? Why is he even here if he's not going to do his job? If the other guy's already confessing, that's why I don't understand. But the drama is good. It's good. That's just so that part is a little frustrating. There's more to the backstory. It's not just all rainbows and butterflies. There's something else on the side of the story. I won't tell you. So if you want to know, you have to watch it on Netflix. Okay, moving on. So my other drama that I really enjoy is called My Lovely Liar. This drama is actually pretty dang good. Um, it's funny, it's cute, it's romantic, but there's a really dark side, and so it can be a little like, ooh. But it's not. I'm not saying like traumatizing dark. That's not what I mean. But it's pretty dark. Like, oh, yeah. So anyhow, it's a pretty intense show when they start talking about those kind of things, but it gets better as you get through it. Once the whole darkness and chaos is over and you reach towards the other side, it's actually really, really cute. It's like, oh, that's cute. Would I watch the drama again? I would. It's cute. It's doable. I would watch it again. Okay. So the next drama that I want to move on and do talk about is Moon River. Okay. So if you remember from the beginning, I talk about when it comes to historic dramas, I can be really picky. And here's the thing. Moon River, if you have not seen it, check it out on Viki. Same guy from Potato Lab and from Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Okay. And the female lead is the woman from Business Proposal and The Uncanny Encounter. Okay, those two. So, um, Moon River is actually a historic drama, and I do like this drama. Don't get me wrong, I like this drama. However, there's really there's there's a big problem with that drama. I like the show. However, the comedy outweighed the other half of the story. Okay, so let me explain what I mean by that. I'm gonna elaborate. So this guy, he is a prince, and he has a lot, like a severe trauma where he has nightmares about it, and he's depressed and kind of suicidal and whatnot. And so his wife had, took her own life, and so because of that, it really put a huge impact on him. And because of that traumatic event for him, he is a pretty dollful kind of character where you just want to give him a hug. Now, here's the part that kind of this is the part where I feel a little disappointed, is that they have more comedy, too much comedy actually, in that TV show, because when it comes to historic dramas that involve a lot of traumatic events like that, and yet you have comedy in it, it's like, okay, well, this guy literally lost his wife, and you're making like these characters, you're adding all these comedy in it. Like, shouldn't there be a darker side to it? Like, yes, there should be comedy, but the comedy should not outweigh the actual part of the story that we really need to see. And that's the part where it was kind of really difficult to get through. I like the drama, but at some point I'm like, okay, are we gonna get past this comedy, because it's literally going nowhere. So if you have seen the drama, you would know what I'm talking about. Okay. It's really hard when you like a drama, but then at the same time, they are not what you expect. They have swap bodies in the show. Their characters have swap bodies, and I got frustrated. I got frustrated and tired of the storyline because it wasn't going anywhere. It was just going back and forth, back and forth. So I skipped towards the end. And it turns out that they didn't actually return to their original bodies until like towards the end. It's like, that's so long from now. You didn't resolve anything until then. Like, why are we waiting forever? It was a really long time. I'm telling you. I was like, wow. I'm actually disappointed, especially for two actors, the actress and the actor, knowing for a fact that they're actually the top tier of Korea. So it was really disappointing for me to watch that. I was like, it's difficult to watch that. But yeah, okay. Would I watch the drama again? No, I would not. If you like it, that's great. It's fantastic. You do you. But I can't. I can't watch the drama again. All right, moving on. Squid Game. Okay. Everybody knows Squid Game. Squid Game is one of the most beloved K drama shows. So I'm gonna be very honest. The first season, I literally loved the first season. Like, loved. I absolutely loved the first season. They did a great job with the visuals, with the aesthetics, with the characters, and the games. Like, so messed up. It's so good. And the costumes, the outfits, and even the characters. I'm moving my mouse. And so, they I love the first season. Now, however, this is I don't know why they do this. They tend to do this a lot in K drama, which I've noticed. Usually, whenever they do a renewal of a second season, I I've noticed a lot, as I said before. The second and third are usually almost never as good as the first. I don't know why. So I did watch Squid Game season two. It was so disappointing. I was expecting like it. Okay, it was good. It was good. The storyline was good. The character was good. Like we figured it out. Like yes, the cops survived. We get that. Everything more secrets are being exposed undercover, but it was missing something. Like there wasn't. I don't know how to describe it, but they were missing something. It was like a touch of sprinkle that needed to be there, but they missed it. It was like that. So that's the way for me to say it. They missed it, and so I was really disappointed. Even with the second half, I'm like, no, I just can't. So I was really disappointed in that, and I was just like, it is what it is. The TV show, yes, is still good, but I don't think I would have watched the second season ever again. If I were gonna watch, I would go for the first season and the first season only. Da 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 da. But yeah. So moving on from Squid Games. Oh my god, there's so many dramas. I lost count how many I was talking about. One, two, jump check. Okay. Let's see, the second, no, the second, brain fart, just moving on, let's see, the next drama that I can discuss about the ones that I've seen, hmm, from last year to this year. Oh, Attorney Josan. I forget, there's another part of that title name. I can't remember. But the male lead is the guy from Mr. Plankton and Mad Dog and Eternal. And he's not the male lead in Eternal Monarchy. He's like the supporting role. He plays the guard, but he's also the main lead in Bloodhounds. Okay. Anyhow, that drama is actually really good. I I've seen a lot of his modern shows, but it was my first time watching his historic roles, and he really suits those kind of roles. He's such a versatile actor, and I really like him in that one. That drama is actually really sad. I'm telling you, I weeped for like two whole episodes. My eyes were like swollen. I was like crying. It was so sad. Would I watch this drama again? Yes. I'm not gonna go into details of it, but if you want to know, you can watch it. It's available on Viki. Just go look it up. Just go look it up. Next up is Nightflower. Okay, I love this drama because women power. How often do we see K dramas where the woman is like the dominant one, where she's powerful, she's fearless, she's confident, she's breaking barriers? We don't see that often, do we? Nope, not often do we ever see that. So I really like that. I actually really like that show. It's cute. There's is like a romance twist to it. However, that entire drama, they don't even like they never hold hands, they've never kissed, like none of that. So that's one part that I was a little like, really? Why? Anyhow, would I watch the drama again? Yes. It's also on Viki. If you want to see that, you can go watch and find out for yourself. My other favorite TV show is called The Judge from Hell. Now, let me tell you, I am obsessed with the show. It came out 2025, I think. Yes. I love this show. It's available on Hulu, and it's this woman's very blunt. She's dominant. She's basically the queen of hell, and she possesses a human body, and she becomes a judge. The lady, the body that she possesses, is a woman who's a judge in court, and so she is a demon in in court. It's really good. It's really funny. There's a lot of things like she can kick butt. Like wow, she can kick butt, especially in heels. Like damn, teach me how to do that. Teach me how to do that. Her outfits in there are top notch, and her character is like such a blunt, savage woman. I love it. It's great. It's powerful, and they don't do shows like this often, but they need to because woman empowerment is needed. But yeah, there's a love story to it too, and you should watch it if you want to find out. So, for when I watch this again, 100%. I've seen it twice. Yes, twice. Yeah. Now, moving on to the next drama. Oh my god. Oh, it's already two. Oh my god. So, the next drama that I would recommend, or something that I just wanted to talk about randomly and openly, it would be. There's so many. Let me channel through my head, through my mind first. Da, 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 da. Oh, there's Dr. Slump. So Dr. Slump, the male lead is the guy from Happiness and Strong, Strong, or the Strong Woman, Bongso or something like that. Yeah, something like that. He that one, and then the female lead is the lady from The Judge from Hell. So this one, it was different because I like the show, but for me personally, I don't think I would rewatch it, just because the character that she played was so different from The Judge from Hell. Like, yes, I know they're actors; they're gonna play different characters, play different roles, kind of explore, and which is great. I love that for them. However, I felt like this character was not suitable for her because she has a very strong look to her face. Like she looks very dominant, very powerful, very confident. And her character that she had portrayed in Dr. Slum, she was the exact opposite. So I was like, her character was she was kind of a downer in that TV show. And so like what her character was going through, like, yes, I understand she's going through a lot of pain. But pretty much throughout almost the entire show, she's just a very sad character. So that was one thing of the things that I was not really too fond of, but I managed to get through it. 13. I managed to get through it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that is all for my K drama and K pop talk of today. It was a lot. We got a lot covered, a lot of things that needed to be said, and I'm really glad that I had this conversation with all of y'all because it was epic. I had fun. We should do this again. Like there's a ton more K dramas that we can talk about, but as of right now, my brain is completely blank, and I kind of just filtered everything out. So yes, it was really great. Oops, almost knocked my computer over. Oh my god, it was really great to just sit down and engage and talk about these popular topics that are trending, and of course, again, I'm a fan, so yes, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And it is Friday, so you have the weekend to yourself. And today is Happy Valentine's Day. So show your girlfriends, show your friends, show your mother, your aunts, your aunties, and your grandma. Show them some love for Happy Valentine's Day. And don't forget, Happy Valentine's Day to yourself, and then I hope you continue to shout yourself with some love and take care of your well being and have a great rest of the day and have a wonderful weekend. So, bye.